Dak bara dari kanding, barak dajana lu kulu, bada setong kua raja, pacut dan engki asma epon. Hello everyone, thank you for coming to my channel. Now, I am Zahra Altaufun Nisa and I would like to tell you guys about a story. And please listen to me carefully. And the title is The Legend of Joko Tole. Oh, have you ever listened this story before? Okay, let me tell you. Once upon a time, in a great kingdom of Sumenep, there lived a wise and just king named Prince Sakadiningrat. He ruled with kindness alongside his beloved wife, Raden Ayu Ratna Sarini. They had a daughter named Dewi Sarini, but everyone knew her as Potrekoneng the Golden Princess, beautiful, pure-hearted, and glowing like a sun. Though many noblemen wished to marry her, but Potrekoneng refused them all. Father, Mother, please forgive me. I wish only to devote my life to worshipping Allah, not to marriage, she said gently. The king and queen were sad, but they respect her choice. One day, Potrekoneng asked to leave the palace and meditate in a sacred cave called Gua Payudan. With heavy heart, her parents allowed her to go, accompanied by 3 royal courts. On the 7th day of her meditation, something strange happened. Potrekoneng fell asleep and dreamed of a glowing prince named Adipode, who appeared with a bright light that shone up into her stomach. When she awoke, her body felt different. Her stomach had grown. She was with a child. The news shocked the palace. The king was furious and ashamed. She must be punished, he declared. But the queen begged him to reconsider. At last, the king agreed to exile Potrekoneng until her child was born. In the quiet forest, far from the palace, Potrekoneng gave birth to a handsome baby. But with a broken heart, she left him behind, afraid the king would harm him if he ever returned. The baby was found by a kind blacksmith named Empu Keling, who raised him as his own. The child was named Joko Tole. Joko Tole grew into a strong and talented young man. He became a master blacksmith, even greater than his foster father. People said he used his knees as anvils, his hands as hammers, and his fingers as tongues. One day, Empu Keling was called to the Majapahit kingdom to help build massive iron gate. Since Joko Tole wasn't allowed to go, he stayed behind to continue his father's work. A year passed. Joko Tole heard that his foster father had fallen ill, and the gate remained unfinished, so he set sail to Majapahit. On his journey, he met a stranger, Adi Rasa, who turned out to be his uncle. "Take this magic flower," said Adi Rasa. "Eat it. When you reach the palace, ask them to burn you. From your navel, a magical liquid will appear. Use it to seal a great gate." Joko Tole arrived in Majapahit, reunited with Empu Keling, and followed his uncle's advice. Just as a promise, the gate was complete, stronger than ever. As a reward, he was given 10 sacks of gold, which he gave to his foster parent. The king also offered him a bride with Dewi Ratnadi, his blind and disfigured daughter. Joko Tole accepted the marriage with sincerity. On their way back to Sumenep, Dewi Ratnadi felt thirsty. Joko Tole planted Dewi Ratnadi magic can into the ground, and from that spot, a spring burst forth. Dewi Ratnadi washed her body, and something miraculous happened. She could see again. His scars disappeared. She became a shining, shimmering, splendid beauty. When they reached to Sumenep Palace, Potrekoneng heard of a guest arriving. She welcomed Joko Tole, not knowing who he was. "I am your son," he said gently. Tears filled her eyes. She hugged him tightly. At last, they were reunited. When Prince Sakadiningrat returned and saw his grandson and beautiful daughter-in-law, he was overjoyed. "My kingdom is in good hands," he said. And so, the throne were passed to Joko Tole. He became known as King Sakadiningrat II, or Aryo Kodopole, always a noble ruler just like his grandfather. And that, dear listeners, is the legend of Joko Tole, the prince who has lost, found, and rose to greatness. Thank you for listening my story.